Okay, guys, today I'm here with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
My name is Joe Taylor, and I sing in a band called Versus.
So, what is the name of everybody in your band, and how old are you guys?
The age is ranging from 21 to 29, and Joe, am 26, and we have Mac as a guitarist, he's 22. We have Brandon Boylan, who is 24, and I believe Anthony is 22. Yeah, bunch of youngins. And then Josh, our guitarist slash vocalist, is 29.
How did you guys meet?
Oh man, it's been a lot of years playing in bands and touring, and this band is a kind of a mashup between Seattle natives and North Carolina natives. We got one Texas native in here, but from all around, it just um, kind of came together like that.
How long have you guys been a band?
Well, me and the bassist Brandon have been touring in a band for about 7 years, but
Okay, so once again, the computer has crashed, just like last time. Anyways, we were talking about how they became a band.
yeah, we're just a bunch of mutts from around the country and um, joined for one common cause. And we stand for your own mental health awareness and suicide prevention, and we've been pretty vocal about that throughout this campaign. Even our last record, and especially this record, The Cardinal.
Why did you choose Versus as the band name?
Um, it took a long time because we were a band called Lakeview Drive for a while. And when we signed to our management company, Outer Loop, we were just kind of just going through everything and trying to figure out, what the next step was, what it was, what the most, prosperable step was. And we decided that we needed to rebrand, and we went back and forth coming up with names and just names that we felt like we would really want to represent for the next, coming of our career. And we're sitting there, and a couple different variations of it came up. And then Versus, spelled Versus, seemed suitable. Our manager got super excited about it because it seems like it's an uphill battle fighting emotions and depression and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, when you have all these corporations and everything, I feel like it's everything. It's us versus the world. The bigger part of the world that forgets kind of about the rest of the 98% that's kind of hanging out down here.
What genre would you consider your music?
It's we have everybody in the band is influenced by different things, and it kind of comes together as a very kind of new metally vibe with a kind of 2007 twist on it. Uh, it's about it is what it is. I don't know how to just compare it to other things. It sounds like some things. It sounds like something different. It's just kind of like, I guess it's in the eye of the beholder.
What musicians are you inspired by?
Oh man, tons. Like probably the person who, like, we all listen to music religiously, but probably the person who listens to the most music in our band is our guitarist Mac, and he's into. I mean, he's a fan of music in general. He never got caught in a clique, so he's still like a Tool fan. He loves new metal, but he also loves super Meshuggah type bands. And Brandon is super into everything under the sun. You know, there was a month where I can't remember what her name. Mac, you remember what her name was? That song, that pop song that Brandon kept playing. Oh yeah, yeah, DJ Snake. Well, Mo and DJ Snake. put out a song, and Brandon played it probably on repeat for weeks. So it's just no one like we don't just sit there and look through our genre and search for musical inspiration that way. We kind of just kind of go off and get inspired by what we actually love. Like I'm such a Michelle Branch fan, it's stupid. It doesn't even make any sense how much I love that woman. But it's just music. Music inspires other music, regardless if it's similar or different. It's all about the feels, man.
Definitely. So I think it was in March you guys came out with the Cardinal. Is there a particular I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Is there a message you want people to get from it, and is there a reason you called it the Cardinal?
Oh, that's all it is a message. It's yeah, we want it to be looked at more as a message than a CD. Honestly, it's we like I spoke earlier. We are a band that stands for your being aware of your own mental health, whether it's good or bad, and understanding your own chemicals and how you operate in this life and what's the best way for you to operate. Because as you see, all the shit going on in the news, but um, terrorism here and just corruption here, and you don't really ever hear about the troubled 21-year-old kid that was sitting in his room alone and felt like he had nothing and took his own life. And so if mainstream isn't going to shed light on it, then that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like it is definitely something that should be touched on more, and I think it's cool when people when bands like people that have more of an audience will talk about it when other people won't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, people are scared to talk about it. I mean, it's not a fun subject
No,
to
not
talk
at
about.
all.
It's way cooler to talk about, going and getting fucked up and just living a party life, or just writing a love song, or that's the cool thing to do. Nobody wants to hear suicide and all and depression and all this stuff, because really the irony of it is they don't want to hear it because they live it, and nobody wants to really come to face to face with who they really are, and have to actually jump the hurdles to get around that and to figure out who you are as a person. Nobody wants to do that, and that's all. So as long as we can make it more normal for people to embrace the emotional well, not even shortcomings, just their emotional route and path. And as long as we can get people to understand that and accept that, and stop getting people to think that other people's different paths and problems and issues aren't the effect in the long run. It's just about understanding, not even just speaking to the people that are dealing with it. It's speaking to the people that are around the people dealing with it that aren't doing anything about it. They don't want to do anything about it because it doesn't affect their life. If that person is gone, they probably never even said hey to them in their whole life. So why does it matter to them? It should matter. It should absolutely matter.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What is your favorite song to play live?
Oh man, it's hard because we just released a full length, and we have a record out before that too that we're equally as proud of, and it's just kind of different. If I'm in an emotional kind of, if it's been a really emotional week or a lot's going on, I really, really enjoy, like, and I've done it to the guys a couple times, like, hey, we have to throw Sick People from our old EP, The Black End, because it's just one of those songs that's so emotional, and it helps me, it's almost just like it's just a vent session, in the most extreme proportion for me as far as the music we played. And I don't know, but in our most recent sets, the Cardinal, the title record from our record, and title song from our record, sorry. And recently on the last tour, we started playing a song called Distant, and it was always one of my favorite songs on the record. And I didn't know how it was gonna come across live, and it just like it feels so natural. And I think we practiced the song maybe. I know the boys practiced it, but I was out of town before this last tour, so when we played the first show that night and played Distant, that was actually the first time I ever played the song, and it just felt so natural and just so organic. And so probably Distant and Sick People. I love the Cardinal. I just love them all. I wrote this. There's no songs on this record that are just songs. Still in some space. They're all songs that we, you know, let organically build themselves. We didn't sit in a room and push each other to hurry up and get this done or get that done or let's try this. We organic. It's just a weird way that we operate in the last couple of records, and it's there's some shortcomings to that, but it also there's some advantages to it, and I feel like it came across very diverse because of it, the whole record.
Yeah, one of those things that just came naturally.
Yeah, it felt good. Like the best, like some of the best songs on the record, as far and the most marketable songs, like Burn and Zigzag, are they literally came together in a day. Like as far as writing the song and getting it all together, and then we just had to finally track it. Like it was just one of those things where we already knew where the song was going or the vibe of the song, and we just wrote it. It just kind of wrote itself.
What's the hardest song to play live?
um, um, yeah, probably like Polly. It's probably the hardest song on the record too, and we just haven't played it yet. We want to. Hopefully, we're about to announce a Seattle headliner. We do a pretty big Seattle headliner every 4 months or so in Seattle. So we um, hopefully we'll be able to bust it out for that show. It's such a good song. It's so heavy, but it's it's gonna be some work to pull that bad boy together.
I bet you guys will be able to do it though.
Oh, we always find a way for sure.
There's always a way. What was your favorite song to record?
Favorite song to record on the record would probably be um, one of the first songs we did, Stoneheart, because it's right when our newest guitarist and secondary vocalist joined the band. It was the first song we all wrote together and just, vibed out in the room. It was really organic, good feeling. And beginning of the record, beginning of, signing to Revival to do the record, everybody was excited. It was, that was a good time. It was getting that song locked in and ready. But probably just the next one, I would say, what's the last song we finished, Mac? Burn or Polly? Burn? Yeah, I think it was. No, Polly wasn't the last. Oh yeah, but I mean vocally. Like I think it was either Burn or Zigzag, and it was just me and Josh in the studio doing just finishing up the vocals for those songs because the boys had literally just finished the instrumentals and had everything ready for us, and they're just waiting on us. And me and Josh just sat in the studio and kind of we work pretty well together when just me and him in there, just kind of bouncing the vocals back and forth. And neither one of us are too push. I think I'm the more pushy one, and Josh is really passive when it comes to that too, and feeds off of the ideas and makes them better as well. So it's just kind of that was a fun song to write, Burn, for sure.
What do you do outside of the band?
Everybody has a little bit different of a life outside the band. The Mac has works at a job where he's a manager and he's able to. When he got the job, they understood what he did for a living as well, and that so they work with him and they're really stoked when he has tours come up and supportive and allow him to go in and out and, as he needs to. And Brandon same way and Anthony in the same way. And Josh spends a lot more time just making side money off music, and he had just everybody just kind of stays busy making a little extra money while we're in town. But for the most part, we just are always just waiting for the next email from a label or manager to tell us what's going on next, and then that's what we plan for. It's just everything in life kind of rolls around that, and we get it done and come back home and regroup and keep it going.
What's your band's writing process like?
Different every time, every single time. Brandon, our bass player, is also an engineer. Mac also does engineering. Brandon does a lot of our final tracking and editing alongside Casey Bates, who does our records, and he um, Brandon would prefer, if he's writing instrumentals and stuff like that, he would prefer to be in a room by himself, jamming out the ideas, and then bringing everybody in there and letting everybody else break it down to what it should be. Mac is pretty similar the same way. He enjoys getting in his own little studio set up and just kind of jamming out different ideas, getting a bunch of different parts together that are usable, maybe that can go together or different songs. And Josh does the same thing. Everybody except for me, everybody except for me in the band has a recording engineering background-ish and is able to kind of build these songs. I'd stay more on the business side of things.
I'm sure being on both sides of that helps. It's good to have people that know how to record, and it's good that people have someone that knows the business side too.
Well, no, absolutely. It's like a firm. Everybody's got their strong points, and it makes the world go round. It makes you know where to delegate certain things and to make things happen in the most efficient and quickest way possible, and also the best way possible. So it is important to have everybody on the same page. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Where do you get your inspiration?
Unfortunately, not the same place pop punk bands get theirs from. Uh,
Where would that be? Just curious.
I guess summertime pizza and having fun with your friends and a couple girlfriends that got mad at them or something. Ours is a diary. The lyrics of our record are a diary of some of the shittiest times that you know I've had to go through personally, which included all the guys, because it's an entity. It's when one when one falls, they all fall, and um it's just about experience. It's not there's nothing fake on the record. It's just real. It's about there's songs in there like The Looking Glass. It's just like it's coming to terms with coming up short emotionally, and then you got songs like Shook, when it's just like they're all coming from some form of trying to be in the head of someone dealing with depression in every kind of situation, whether it's love, whether it's regular work life, whether it's school, whether it's supposed to apply to everybody in their normal life, because this is something that people deal with normally. And so it was really important just to keep that broad message there, but to deliver it in every way possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you write all the song lyrics, or does everybody chip in?
I work with Josh, because there's a couple songs on the record, like The Silence, for example, where Josh wrote all the lyrics. Like, he just wrote all the lyrics, and I did the parts in there where where we went back and forth and said, oh yeah, this would be cool here. And of course, in the piano song Empty, Josh wrote all the lyrics to that song. And, but as far as, like Cardinal and No Safety, Stoneheart, most of the just kind of, I take the lyrics mostly into my own hands, unless it's a song that Josh is intimately working on. He's extremely talented, so it's not like you're worried about where that's going to come back good. You just know you got to let him be in the space and let him produce the music he wants. And I think Zigzag was one of the ones that was a little different because um, we were I was singing this little melody in my head, probably from one of the beginning weeks when we started recording. And I always had it in my phone, and me and Josh were sitting on my couch, and we were just like, and I was just like, yeah, the chorus right here, and we ended up, there being an instrumental that Matt Doherty kind of just thrown together. It was amazing, like it just came together so well, and me and him just kind of went back and forth, and that was one of the only occasions where I had some lyrics in one spot, and Josh was like, "Well, what if we do this?" And it was, he was right, It's just, what if we do this? And that's been the cool part. It's not a very hostile environment. Nobody's really like feeling stepped on. It's just we try to write the song for the song, you know.
Yeah. What's been your biggest challenge as a band?
Everything in a band is challenging. I mean, you have to think about it. I mean, you can categorize that whole question because the biggest challenges, some of them are when you're 1,000 miles away on a tour and your bus blows up. Like, then there's also simpler problems where you're also in an elite group where there's also hundreds of bands your size that are also signed, also have wonderful management, and all these camps are out there fighting for the same tours. So that's a challenge. It's the business. It's the same. It's a business game. The biggest challenge is the business part. You have to have your p's and q's and stay relevant and fight for that, and at the same time be true to who you are as a band and why you're there. So it's a hard question to answer because there's some of the biggest challenges are also some of the biggest rewards, and it can go either way. It is a challenge. If you plan on wanting to be a musician for a living and you were planning on having a pretty easy career, where you go in at 8 and stop at 5, you're gonna be highly disappointed because it's a 24-hour job.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. My dog just decided to come up to me and was like, "Hey, let's play." So now he's growling at me. He's gonna
Well,
be.
I have this new iPhone and it isolates pretty much everything. I don't really hear it at all.
Okay, well that's good.
No, we're loud and clear.
Okay, so Asher, shush. He's a goof. But yeah, the business side of it can definitely be very rough. I've seen just from having friends in bands and even like doing this. It can be very hard. It's like, whoa.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
it's
then
brutal.
you make friends, though. You make friends. You make friends in the industry. You make friends that are bigger bands than you. You make friends that see how hard you work. You make friends that want you to be a part of stuff that they're doing because they know that you're in it for the same reasons that they are. So it's just the sucky part about the industry is also the best part because it's networking and you meet people and you find different opportunities and learn different things. And it's just like anything else. You just have to dive into it and be willing to be a sponge.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how many people you'll meet just through doing like just through music. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, the scene is so big, but it's so small at the same time because there's tons of people in the industry that are in great bands and um, just they've been around for a while, and you might run into them, and they know who you are, and it's just people. It's a very tight knit industry on this side of it, on the side of the mainstream of it, and it's that's good and bad because you got a lot of people competing, but you also have a lot of people supporting. All those other bands that are competing also are friends and are the same guys that are reposting our videos when they release on their web pages and stuff. Like it's a community, but there is underlining competition within it all as well.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're all trying to jump on the same festival or tour or something like that. I'd imagine.
It's even better when you all get slapped on the same tour together, though.
Yeah, and then it turns into madness. A good madness, but madness.
The best madness.
Yes.
That's kind of um, the last tour we just did was with Affiance and Convictions, and a few weeks ago, and that was so much fun because exactly a year from then, we toured with both of those bands in two separate tours, and tour's weird because the first, the first day of tour is awkward as shit if you don't know anybody, and because everybody's feeling everybody out, everybody's kind of, you got those ego guys in there kind of swinging their weenies around, trying to see who's gonna bite, and just like, and it's cool when you don't have to run into those situations, and that was like. That tour was so easy because it was like you drove to the first venue, you just got out of the car for 1,000 miles, and you get out, and it's not like, oh, what's going on here? You just see your friends, go directly to them, and the shenanigans can begin.
Yes. Definitely. How long have you been signed to Revival, and what has it been like working with them?
We have been signed to Revival for about a year now, with a release out with them for about, you know, 5 months at this point, and it's been great. I mean, it's business. But they're going to be they're the more personal business that we can be involved with right now. And there's two sides of it. You have your label and you have your management, and those are hand in hand, but two very separate things. But we owe a lot to our management as well. Mike Mowry and Heather Lucas over there at Outerloop have been more than catering to us, and giving us opportunities and having our back. And there's so many things in this industry I have no idea how to handle, and those people are there to handle them, and they're awesome. And Revival is just the reason why we're with them is because they were personal and they believe in the message and they want to keep pushing the message just as we do. So can't argue with that, right?
Nope, not at all. Definitely, from what I've seen, they're like the most personal record label, and I think that's probably the best label a band could get signed to. My
Yeah,
personal opinion.
yeah, and it's hard because even when with labels and with bands come disagreements, and it's really hard to get into disagreements and stuff with people that you respect so much. And because everybody has their points and their sides and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's a common ground found through that. And, we're really happy with Revival. We have nothing but positive things to shoot that way because they are working diligently to help us go to where we want to be and to get this message out.
Yeah, yeah, they're really cool. I've no like everybody that I've ever met from Revival, like in person, like I met a lot of people at launch from there.
Hmm.
Have always been just so nice. And I remember like back in December, I accidentally stumbled upon a project. Well, I was doing a project, and then they ended up getting involved in it, and it was really cool. So
It's always awesome. It's
yeah,
always awesome being to work with good people. It makes things a little bit more fun.
yeah, it does. What made you? Oh wait, never mind. We just answered this question. Sorry. What's your favorite venue to play and why?
Favorite venue to play? Um, Max in the background. I agree with this. We went. It was a routing show. We were going up through Lawton, Oklahoma, and we had this last minute booking with this random bar out in the middle of some random highway with no town around it at all. And it was a like some kind of contemporary metal bar, but it was just like the normal older folks you would see at a side road bar, and but it was ran by like a 55-year-old Asian lady, and they were playing like Bring Me the Horizon, all this shit and I was just like, I don't understand what's happening here. And we get up on stage and we play this show, and it was just so fun. Like there was like, yeah, it was. I mean, it was such a small show. Don't get me wrong. We're not talking about hundreds of people out there crowd surfing. We're talking about 50 people in a room having drinks, having the best time of their life, and letting you know that they're having the best time of their life.
That sounds like a really cool venue. I want to check. I want to see this venue now.
Wear an oxygen mask because in Texas you can't smoke in bars. We all almost died. Or well, oh no, Oklahoma. Yeah, we all almost died from smoke inhalation, but we embraced it.
I was at a concert recently where it was you were allowed to smoke inside. It wasn't too bad. It was mainly people vaping, not smoking. Vape I can take more than smoke, so.
I'd rather have people smoking in my face than vaping, just so I know that they're men.
Yeah, I don't know. But there were a lot of people doing it, so it wasn't too bad. For me, smoke, it's just kind of just like, I know both are really bad, but vape I'd rather deal with. That I can handle.
I get that one 100%. It comes with fruity smells.
Yeah, that does bug me too. It depends how strong the smell is, I guess. I don't know. Apparently there's different types of vape. I don't even understand it. I leave that to the people that vape.
For sure. He just mumbles. What did you say, Mike? Oh, he's just being a nerd talking about different vape juices.
Oh gosh. I'm guessing he vapes?
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't. We all mostly from our tour manager vapes, and we talk crap to him all the time about it.
I learned a lot about it, so I can make fun of people that do it.
Yeah, he basically just learned and educated himself on vapes so he can educationally, tear down vapor.
Oh my god. Okay, off the topic of vape, do you have any pre-show rituals?
The guy would probably say I don't really ever have any kind of pre-show ritual. It's just I enjoy having a little bit of time. I don't get it ever, but some personal time. Just get some water in my throat, clear it up, and I do yell a few times. Mac loves my particular yell. It's just a very loud rise, yeah. So he pretty much is into that. Other than that, it's just like psyching myself up and just getting ready to go sing the songs like they're supposed to be sung. And half the time I'm sick, so it's just that's that, and just trying to make it. So it's my pre-show ritual is just to survive till the set.
That's logical. Are there any bands that you like to play shows with, like, on a regular basis?
Yeah, like, what? Oh, yeah, our tour manager has a band. They're from Seattle, and they kill it in Seattle. And they recently started touring, and they're a band called Avoid. So anytime we're in this area, we love having those dudes on. As far as nationally, we really enjoy having, obviously being on tour with Convictions is always a good time. Defiance is always a good time, even though they just called it quits. We just did their farewell tour. And, there's just been so many shows that it's hard to pinpoint those, but I don't know. We love playing with our friends in Alisana, and we met new friends on that tour. Vestic Live, we want to play with them a lot more. They're just the bros, and our label mate Charlatan. There's just so many bands,
Yeah.
Oh, and XXI. They're kind of on hiatus right now, but they're a Christian band, but they are a very intense and talented band. And so I wish we could tour with those guys some more, but, you never know what they're going to do. You just get the tour offers. They make sense, they don't, and you get on the road.
Maybe when they come back, you can. If they come back from hiatus.
Oh, we'll be the first, I promise you. I keep a good contact with those dudes.
That's good. Do you have any funny concert stories? It could be during, before, or after the concert.
Say what, man? Yeah, wrong band to ask that question. I mean, it's like, alright, like I said, me and Brandon have been on tour since Versus began, years prior to that. So there's just tons of stories in which things have happened. It ranges from bus blows up to, I've been roofied.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, that's scary.
yeah, it was scary, but it's memory nonetheless. And there's, I don't know, something crazy happens all the time. People get mad. You meet unexpected people. Like at our show in Hollywood. Hollywood's a weird place. Every time we go there, it's something super weird. But the singer of Alkaline Trio was at the show in Hollywood at the Whiskey about a month ago. And then a few years ago, when we played the Roxy, Jane Seymour, Dr. Quinn Menace Woman?
Vaguely, I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, she's a super famous actor lady, and she has a son who had a band, and his band opened for us that night, and she was totally there, so it's weird. So, I mean, there's just like weird stuff that happens all the time. We went out with Ryan Cabrera, which was a weird time. Um, Before we got really hard, we did a tour with Delisa, which is Kevin Jonas's brother-in-law. It just the music industry is very weird. You never know what you're gonna get, and you never know where you're gonna be, and you never know what the situation is gonna be. So you gotta be pretty open-minded.
Yeah, I've seen some very different bands play together. And I'm just like, I don't understand how these bands are playing a show together, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it can be interesting.
None for lack of better words, interesting. That's for sure.
I gotta say is that one time I went to see. Actually, I believe that yeah, you guys are on the same label. I went to see my friends Alteris play in Philly, and they were playing with some band. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. And there was a dude singing into a cactus microphone. I don't know really what was going on during that show.
I mean, a lot of bad things you can do in life, and I feel like a cactus microphone might not be the worst one.
Yeah, the guy was kind of scary. I don't know exactly if scary is the right word to say. I don't know. It wasn't necessarily like their music. It was just the way he acted. He was constantly spazzing out on stage. He was spitting into the crowd. I mean, they put on a good show, but they made a lot of people slightly nervous.
You might want to stand on the balcony when you come see us sing, girl.
Really? Uh-oh.
You might want to stand on the balcony.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like I've been to concerts with bands that have been like a lot more forceful with it. I just don't know how to explain it. Jake could explain it better because me and Jake hid out at the merch table. The other guys, I don't know where they went. They just disappeared, which they do at all their concerts. And we're like, "Where's Seth? Where's Zach? Where's Mike?" And Jake's like, "I don't know." They just disappeared.
Oh, yeah, it's just life. You just kind of go with it.
Yeah, usually then they're actually just like hiding outside. I think one time they were in the van. I don't know what they were doing, but they were in the van. Who knows? Yeah, no, maybe I'll be front row at your show just to prove you wrong. So there.
All right, there you go. Try it. Let me see if you got it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to get up there. I don't know. I'm tall, but at the same time, depending on the type of crowd it is, I'm not always built for it.
I get that. Just be safe.
Yes. I always try. What's your favorite memory from one of your shows?
My favorite memory from one of our shows. The Cardinals, a pretty new record, and we played our CD release show. Ironically, we streamed some tracks the week before that. Before we played the CD release show in Seattle. And we played the Cardinal. When the Cardinal played, I looked out and I probably saw 5 or 6 kids accurately singing the words to the Cardinal. And it was out for a week. And that was probably the craziest thing for me. Like, you can do all the crowd surfing you want, but when you see people yelling the words back to you, it's a whole different monster.
Yeah. Who would you like to tour with in the future?
Well, on our particular level, I believe it'd be tight to tour with bands like, bigger bands like the Platinum and Architects and Mac. I'm trying to think of bands we want to tour with in our genre. My Enemies and I, yes, a good one. Our friends in Ice Nine Kills for sure. They're the homies. Shout out to those dudes. They are honestly responsible for a lot of things that are chances that were even given to us. They kind of took us under their wing and told a few people in the industry that this camp and this band is where it was going to be at, and people needed to catch on to it, and they did. So, Ice Nine Kills, I'm sure we owe so much to those guys. And um, on the other hand, we'd also like to tour with giant bands like Slipknot. Mac would like to tour with Toby Keith.
That'd be an interesting tour.
Yeah. Oh, we can definitely throw down with Toby Keith.
Let's go.
And we want to also do a merge concert with Taylor Swift, like a pop versus pop versus new metal.
That would be. I could see that somehow working. I don't know how on board Taylor Swift would be with that. You'd have to talk to her management and just not tell Taylor what kind of music you guys are.
Yeah, she can't. Taylor's probably kind of a prude these days, but hey, maybe she'll hear this interview one day and just prove not to be a prude, just for the simple fact that I called her a prude. So we could make this happen.
I could be wrong, but apparently, like, Taylor Swift grew up in like the same area as me. I don't know, like an hour or so away, maybe. So that's kind of crazy.
Where are you from?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, she grew up right up in there. I'm not sure that she definitely. Her mom used to drive her down on the weekends to go give demos in Nashville.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, she earned it. That's for damn sure. Can't hate on the girl. That's a damn sure.
Yeah.
Just put us on the bill. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, all you gotta do is send an email and maybe you'll get lucky.
Yeah, but I feel like it would turn into like, we really want to be a part of this tour, to me deleting everything and be like, Taylor Swift, I love you. I think that we can ever, and that we can prosper as a couple for the rest of our lives.
That's why you let one of your other band members write it.
Yeah, probably. I'm a little too close to the situation.
And then they just keep you as far away from her as possible until you're done freaking out.
My band constantly tries to keep me as far away as possible from the majority of situations.
Really? Why's that?
I like to have fun.
Uh-oh.
I just enjoy fun. Fun is one of those things that it's one of my favorite things when I can have it.
But sometimes it can get you into bad situations.
I usually stay out of bad situations, but usually it can get us into irritating situations.
And that's why your band doesn't let you have as much fun as you want to?
There's a leash sometimes. But, we get through it.
Yeah, it's alright. Are there any music festivals or concerts you want to play in the future?
Yeah, we'd love to play Riot Fest.
I've heard about Riot Fest. I've never been. Well, obviously this is really far, but I haven't heard much about it. All I've heard is it's really cool, and I should probably look more into it.
Well, it's a very huge festival in which they announced the flyer this year that we were on. But turns out, even us being the verified Versus in the United States, turns out that a band, like a ska punk band from New York that was around in like 91, decided to make a reunion comeback for Riot Fest. So, just our publicist got nailed with a bunch of interview and publicity stuff when it wasn't even for us. So that was great.
Yikes.
Thanks, Riot Fest. Let's try again next year.
Put on the better Versus, right?
Yeah, it was said a couple times.
Who would you want to collaborate on a song with in the future? It can be realistic and not realistic, or who you think's not realistic, anyways. It can happen.
Honestly, I can say it without a doubt. I have to think about it, and it's not even a giant. It's not even a thing that can't happen. It's I would love to do a song with Landon Tours from the Platinum Union.
I could see that. That would be cool.
I think that we could vibe a pretty dope song together.
Yeah, just knowing your music and hearing some of his. I've seen him featured in some other bands I like songs. I'm like, I could see that happening, and now I want that to happen. That you said that.
Speaking of which, they just released a new music video yesterday. So if you're listening to this, you can go check it out. That video is probably one of the best songs that has released to me personally in years. Like it's groundbreaking to me. It's just so fucking good.
I'm really surprised that has not blown up on my feed yet because the majority of the people that I like that I'm friends with and stuff or like follow are all either friends with him or love his music. So I don't know why I have not heard about this yet.
Post a video and start the trend, girl. Post a
I
video,
will.
start
I'll
the
be
trend.
like, Kennedy, Mason, why aren't you guys updating me on this? Gosh.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys deserve it. Those guys deserve it. They work hard. They did their shit right, and they're getting everything that they had coming to them. That's for sure.
Yeah. What are your goals as a band?
Our goals as a band is obviously to be able to keep playing music and it working out and you know, going upwards and succeeding. But I think our main goal as a band is just to be able to be musicians. We enjoy to play music. We enjoy to perform. And however long and far that takes us is a question that we can't really answer. But we know that we want to keep getting up on stage and getting what's on our chest out. So we're going to keep doing it.
Who drags the most when you're on tour?
Brandon. Brandon and Benny.
Stick it
Brandon.
on them.
Yeah, Brandon, our bass player, loves to drive. But when he doesn't want to, we get Benny in there. He's our tour manager, so Benny does a lot of the night drives, slash jumping speed bumps in a bus and giving like 6 feet of air. And Anthony, our drummer, does a bit of driving when he needs to too. Whenever he knows when he's got to get in there, so he's pretty good about it. But me, Mac, and Josh don't really drive on tour. I only drive on tour if there's something really wrong with the vehicle.
Yeah. Is there like anyone that you guys try to like let drive as like not let drive? Like I know a lot of people are like, no, we can't let this guy drive because he's awful at driving or he drives too fast or whatever. Is there anybody like that in your band?
Yeah, that's me.
That's why they don't let you drive that much?
Well, it was just one time. I know, like, I've been driving that bus and the last bus, like, for a very long time. I'm a good driver. It's just that I hate driving now. And there was one time we were in Philadelphia and we were on the highway. You can't pull a trailer in the left lane, apparently, or in New Jersey. So I got pulled over for that. And then, and it's the last time. It's the last day of tour. I mean, he gave me a warning, but nonetheless, I got pulled over as soon as I got in the driver's seat. And then, also not my fault. Well, that was my fault. But the next one was not. Next month was not my fault. We were actually last day of tour with a band called the Nearly Deads, and we pulled. We were about to pull into the parking lot of the club, and this intoxicated man with 2 broken feet and a cast on both feet and a toddler in the back of his car with no seatbelt just ran into the back of our trailer.
Oh my god.
Ruined everything. So
was the kid okay? Like, and the guy?
Yeah, and then the guy tried to pay us off, so we wouldn't call the cops.
I'm assuming you called the cops.
We called the cops, and they gave us the options that we could press charges or allow him to pay for the damages. And he gave us a check, and we decided it was the last day of tour and we were ready to go home. So we got the trailer repaired enough to get it home and got home, and then the guys had to send an insurance check for the rest. So it worked out.
That's good. Hopefully he won't ever do that again, especially with that kid. Jeez.
You know though, but he could have not sent the check, and probably nothing would have ever happened out of it. So I do have a slight, even though he was an idiot for whatever situation he was in, but I do have a slight kind of hope for humanity in situations like that when he actually came through and sent the money and took care of his obligations of what he fucked up.
Yeah, that's good. How do you deal with being homesick when you're playing a show away from home?
Well, another fun fact about me is I'm cranky probably 24 hours of the day, and so it doesn't really matter, honestly, when I'm in my bunk or whether I'm at home. I love to be at home, but when I'm at home for weeks, I'd rather be gone, and it's just a vicious cycle of not knowing where I want to be.
Are you guys releasing any new music or music videos soon?
Hmm. At Revival Recordings, are we?
The ultimate question.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we're working on stuff. We have. I can't say about new music because we're only 5 months into the cycle. I can say we will be going into the studio soon to start working on LP number 2. But as far as the next video, it should come soon. Recently, we've been releasing, released a cover video or vocal cover. Um, Can You Feel My Heart by Bring Me the Horizon, which is doing pretty well. We're sitting at about 200,000 views on that guy in a few weeks, and so that's been cool. Just like filling in that we're trying to keep everybody happy and giving them some content, and really want to figure out what people want more of while we're waiting on this new music and videos, um, and at the same time trying to get these two. We've already released 2 videos for this record, and at the same time we want to get those guys still spreading around like wildfire.
Yeah. Do you guys have any shows coming up?
I guess when is this thing airing?
At the latest, it'll be Sunday night, so tomorrow. I'm trying to think, what time is it where you guys are? Because I know we're in completely different time zones.
I'm in Seattle.
Oh yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's almost 11 o'clock here. So
Hi.
yeah, so it'll be up like late Sunday night, if by then, because honestly I'll probably just stay up all night editing it. Basically, which means put music after when it's done and takes hours to render because my computer hates me.
Well, you can. Yeah. Well, we're gonna. I guess you could know. We're gonna release here in the next couple of days. Everything's all confirmed up, but we're doing our next Seattle headliner at El Corazon on September the 9th with direct support from Portland's finest Dead Crown, and then we have Down the Scope supporting alongside of Rucker, and then we have Vesuvian playing as well. So a lot of good locals from Seattle coming out to support us in Dead Crown to get dirty that night.
That sounds like a good lineup.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
What advice would you give someone trying to form a band?
Go to college.
It's a good idea.
If you're trying to build a band, you just need to let the band organically build. Don't sit there and try to look at bands that are already doing something and how you can mimic what they're doing to make it. It just doesn't work like that. Shit takes time, and if you're not willing to put the time into it, then you're not really willing to do this. And it's just practice. Get good at what you do. Make something unique. Make something that people haven't heard before, or something that people have heard before, but just make it better. Just practice and just be good at what you do and be confident at what you do. And then when you get to that level of where you can actually start pushing towards things, and you need to, obviously branding is a huge thing. You need to brand your band, and so that when people see a symbol or they see a particular display of lettering, they know exactly what it means and they know exactly what it stands for. So it's all important, but the most important thing about it is some of the most like fun times of my life was when I was, 16, 17 years old, trying to form a band. And we practiced and we played shows, and we probably practiced more then we practiced like in 6 months now, and just 1 week then. It's just like everything changes, but you get so excited in those times because you're learning and you're starting to feel those little pieces of passion hit you while you're playing the music and like that warmth feeling, and you just never want to let it go. And the only reason, or the only way to not let it go is to keep going and get better and create a following.
Yeah. What was your school experience like?
I'm from North Carolina, so pretty shit. Um, the southern school systems are some of the worst in the United States. Um, but I made what I could of it. I did what I needed to do of it, and when I got finished with high school, I jumped directly into this, and I haven't start. I've been playing and touring since I was about 17 years old.
How was it socially?
Socially, a bit different. I was a jock. My brother was a football coach. I played hockey. I wore, baggy pants with holes in them and Abercrombie shirts and all that good stuff. And it's funny because I had a conversation with some friends back in North Carolina when we put the show there last time. And those goth kids and those emo kids that I never really thought, I just thought were weird. Um, One of those dudes eventually is what got me into music in high school. And I started separating myself so much from sections and cliques and just aligning myself with people. And the funny thing about it, and for whoever hears this interview, whether it's 10 or 1,000 people, the funny thing about it is all those dudes that were on the football team with me and they were cool guys in high school and, you know, ran with that clique. I don't see none of those dudes. When we go into town and we play that show, I don't see those guys. I do see those kids that were emo when I was in school and kids that actually listened and actually watched and paid attention and felt and learned and was open to receiving other people and just accepting differences within different people. And I've rekindled relationships in the past couple of years, rekindled relationships with probably 8 or 9 of those people. And it's incredible because they went on and they've had families by now, and they're completely different people, but they get it. And I didn't. I didn't understand it. I had to be made aware, and I'm glad that there were, people in my life to do that.
What is your favorite song currently?
My favorite song currently changed yesterday when the Plot and You released a new song.
What's
Uh,
it called again?
Say what?
What's it called again?
Feel Nothing.
Alright, so
It,
my co-host Mason, he had a whole bunch of questions. He said he's sorry he couldn't be here. He had a show last night and tonight, his band. So they're probably on right now. I could be wrong. So he had a whole list of goofy questions for you guys. Which do you prefer, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Do you like watching movies at home or at the theater?
Home.
What is your current TV show binge?
The Flash.
What did he say in the background there?
He just keeps saying LaCroix is a really shitty sparkling water. When I say Coke, he said LaCroix because he knows I hate it.
That sounds really fancy. I've never heard of that.
You don't want to hear of it.
It's like you're
sounds like he's trying to crash the interview from the back there. He's allowed to come over here if he wants and talk.
But I think right now he's in the middle of battling. I don't know. He has whatever game he's playing. He has a very large white sword, and he looks like he's protecting some peasants. So we want to make sure that these underprivileged people stay safe in this Viking community.
I'm protecting Luke with the white sword.
It sounds like he's playing like World of Warcraft or something. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't really do video games, so I just call it Falcor. I don't really know what it's called, but I just say, you playing Falcor? And he's like, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. World of Warcraft's the only one I know that's on a computer.
Yeah, I couldn't even figure anything out.
I don't know. That's the only one I really know of. Childhood hero.
But LaCroix is the worst drink ever invented.
No, it's not. Diet Coke.
I don't know. I drink a Diet Coke before I drink a LaCroix. For sure.
Flavored water in general, in my opinion.
You know what? You should, nothing with carbonation, you should be able to open, let it sit for 2 days, take a sip of it, and it still tastes the same. Nothing should do that. It's bullshit. But before Matt tried to sell us LaCroix, what was the next question?
Who's your childhood hero? I'm sorry, I'm still laughing over that.
The childhood what?
Hero. Who is your childhood hero?
My childhood hero. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt.
Favorite movie?
3.
Favorite thing about your bandmates?
What do I even like about y'all?
That's harsh.
Favorite thing about my bandmates is that we are all our own personalities and don't really care about scruffling each other's elbows, and we know how to coexist. Everybody knows how to live around each other and not kill each other. So that's probably the best thing I love, is that there's 5 people that can be around each other without necessarily wanting to physically cause harm.
Yeah. If you could hypnotize anybody for a day, who would it be and what would you have them do?
I would hypnotize Michelle Branch and let her think that we had already been married for 10 years and that we were destined for love.
Her name sounds so familiar and I can't think of what music by her I know, and it's really bugging me now.
Are you kidding me? If you
who she
want to, I can save you. I can take you away from here. That's the best song ever.
Okay, that's the song I know. I couldn't think of the name of the song. It's one of those things where you know the song and you know the artist, but you can't connect them.
Oh, she's godsend, and she's coming here, and I have tickets.
Are you gonna go see her?
Oh yeah, for my birthday, absolutely. I'm making all my friends that don't want to go with me.
Get some VIP, go meet her, and be like, yo, you gotta come to my show. We can be best friends, maybe more, one day.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is that I'm actually taking my lady friend with me, and she said that Michelle is my freebie, so I can propose to her still.
It's all good.
Everything works out.
Yeah. Who would you want to play you in a movie about yourself?
Pauly Shore.
Would you rather always have to say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Everything on my mind.
Would you rather only be able to listen to songs by artists you hate for the rest of your life, or reread all 56 pages of iTunes terms and conditions every day for the rest of your life?
I see terms and conditions.
What would you tell anyone that's being bullied or just going through a hard time?
Anybody being bullied?
Yeah, or just going through a hard time in general.
Going through a hard time in general, pinpoint why you're going through a hard time. Stop immediately trying to fix it and start trying to understand you a little bit more, and while the hard time actually exists. So you do that, it's pointless. There's no simple fix to someone going through a hard time unless they're handouts. But if you step back and kind of learn yourself as a person, you can actually learn that you already had what you needed to get through the process.
I have to find her, but my friend Holly on Snapchat, I put a thing up about this. She had a question for you, and she thinks it is very important, and I definitely agree. She wants to know, do you like chicken?
Do I like chicken?
Yes, do you like chicken? All of you
I-
guys.
I love chicken.
Okay. She wants to
I
know.
I'm such an avid fan of chicken. Well, I'm from the South, so fried chicken is obviously the best thing to me. But no, chicken is at the top of the list on some of my favorite kind of food.
I found her Snapchat. Holly May 67. There you go, Holly. Gotta credit her.
Perfect.
Yes. But yeah, she loves chicken, and that has. We go to this class together on Saturdays. That's how I met her. And like almost every week now, chicken has been coming up. So I don't understand what's going on. All I know is that chicken is now a regular topic. So.
Well, just let her know whenever you guys come to the show, then we'll get chicken.
I'll make her come. Like I don't know where she's from in Pennsylvania. All I know is that she's somewhere near me. So.
We're gonna go get some chicken then.
Okay, I'll let her know. I'll be like, Holly, you gotta come to this show. We're gonna go get chicken.
Perfect. Perfect.
Plenty of good chicken places around here. I'm sure you got Bojangles.
You got Bojangles where you're at?
Yes, we got a Bojangles, and I love it. Like people like KFC, but I'm like, no, but Bojangles. Come on.
You don't even understand. That's my religion. I'm from North Carolina. That's what we live off of.
Really? You guys got
Yeah.
Bojangles over there?
There is no Bojangles in Seattle.
I'm so sorry. Come down to Pennsylvania. We'll go get some Bojangles. It'll be okay.
We'll be there super soon.
I feel bad for people that don't have Bojangles and like they've never experienced it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me too.
There's some chicken place in Nashville that I forget the name of, and I'm sure there will be people that will murder me for it. Cough, cough, Jake, Zach, Michael, Zach, cough, cough. No, they obsess over it, and apparently it's this chicken place, and this chicken is so amazing, I guess. I don't know why, but it is.
Nothing better than Bojangles.
I don't know, apparently. And also, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Apparently, there's some, like, chain of gas stations. I believe it's around Texas. Buc-ee's. Can someone, like, is it, why is that such a big deal? I don't understand.
Yeah, I've had Buc-ee's, that's for sure.
What's the big deal about Buc-ee's? Whenever Buc-ee's comes up, people freak out, and they're like, Buc-ee's is life. And I'm like, I don't understand. I've never been there. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's not life. It's not life. That's the equivalent of Australians getting excited about the McRib coming back.
Really?
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that people get really excited over Buc-ee's, and I've never been there, so I don't know why.
Well, it's just like we still just get
Yeah, true.
sheets.
It's like Sheets and Wawa and all that bullshit.
Sheets and Wawa people get excited over too. Like when they come to Pennsylvania, when they come to my area, they're like, "You have Sheets and you have Wawa." It's mainly Wawa, and I don't know.
Wawa is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with you there. I'll go to Wawa for drinks, but I'll go to Sheets for food.
Well, you try having to roll through somewhere at 2 o'clock in the morning and nobody else wants to serve you food.
That sucks. Kind of been stuck in that situation before. Well, not exactly. Like driving like really far distances and being up late driving. Not me driving because I don't got a license yet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Any last comments you guys have?
Yeah. If you haven't already, go visit us at our Facebook, facebook.com/VSBandOfficial, and pick up our new record, The Cardinal, and share it with a friend. It may save someone's life.